All right. Matt, the mortgage guy. In today's video, I'm going to talk about the FTC fining Opendoor and iBuyer $62 million. I'll tell you, they didn't fine them for doing right by consumers. $62 million fine levied to Opendoor. If you don't know who they are, if you don't know what iBuying is, in this video, I'm going to talk about it, the pros, the cons, the things you got to watch out for, and all that good stuff. All right, Matt, the mortgage guy, residential mortgage broker, help people buy homes, refinance homes all across the U.S. Greatmortgagebroker.com, but you already knew that. In today's video, I'm going to talk about iBuyers, specifically Opendoor, who just got slapped with a $62 million fine, and what you want to watch out for. If the FTC looked into them and found that they were doing deceptive things, misleading home sellers, and decided to fine them $62 million, rest assured there's stuff that you want to look out for. iBuying is nothing new. It's gained in popularity over the last few years. And truth be told, Opendoor is not the only company doing it. No, Opendoor is not the only company that's probably misleading some sellers that either find it an easier way to sell their house or faster way, or maybe they just think it's that, right? So let's start off with the basics. What is an iBuyer? An iBuyer is a company that has significant venture capital investment, hundreds of millions of dollars that just come from investors, able to position themselves to purchase and then sell a bunch of property directly from consumers and then to consumers. So they do this and they gather a couple $100 million in capital. They go to Phoenix, Arizona, and they buy up hundreds of homes. Sacramento, California, and buy hundreds of homes and then sell them. They're strategically positioned to work with real estate agents, but most of the time they try to cut the agents out and just go directly to the consumer. And I think that in some cases, these iBuyers, when you see them buy and sell and it doesn't seem like they're making any money, they might be doing it just to get the consumer comfortable with this process. The consumer starts to see it happening. Oh, this neighbor did it, that neighbor did it. And then they kind of ease their way in and gain market share that way. That's at least my hypothesis, right? The iBuyers have the ability to purchase and sell these properties and still earn return on investment. And I'll tell you why, because they generally have their own title company. They've got fees and costs baked into the process where even on paper, if it looks that like they bought and sold at break even, if they make money on fees, if they make money on quote unquote repairs, if they make money through, a title company that they own, that homeowner is paying fees to, then they come out as a winner. So this $62 million fine, I won't get too into it. I was thinking about sharing my screen, but you can look up this article, and there's a few of them out there on what the FTC found. They interviewed hundreds of people that use their service. I'll share it real quick here. And it's sad because somebody says, oh, I need to sell my house. They think they can do it, easily through Opendoor. This specific person, without, sharing the video, talked about how Opendoor offered her $226,000, purchased her house in Texas, said that it needed $5,500 in repairs. So that takes off what they're going to pay her for the house. And then they sell it a few weeks later for a $40,000 profit. And she walks through some showings and everything's still the same, right? So misled home seller who could have got more had they went and used a traditional agent. And a lot of times the misleading goes on by Opendoor saying, hey, listen, don't pay an agent fees. We'll give you this price. I get it in the mail. A lot of people get it in the mail. Here's what we're willing to pay for your house. I've got some friends at Career Compass who have done these comparison sheets. Some of these are a little bit older, but it's funny with Opendoor, they give you an instant offer. They charge you 7.5%. They talk about a realtor's 5 or 6% commission that gets split between the buy side and list side. as being exorbitant in a way that you're going to, net less, but then they charge you even more, right? And then, closing costs are similar or more. When they own the title company, they kind of charge you whatever they want. And so side by side, when somebody like Career Compass puts this together, not only does the data show that the real estate agent putting it on the MLS, showing it to hundreds of thousands of potential buyers, ends up netting you more, but the proof is in the pudding, to the tune of 6 figures in some cases, where it's going to sell for more listing it with a realtor, and the realtor commission ends up being less than the fees charged by Opendoor. And the same can be said for a lot of these, Redfin now. Sure, it might be a fast and easy way to sell, but if they charge a Redfin now fee of 7% plus repair plus closing costs and whatnot, you're not ending up ahead. So I think that's where a lot of the misleading stuff comes from, is people just think that they're going to sell to one of these big tech companies, one of these iBuyers, and they're going to net more. And then, when they read the fine print or when it comes down to it, they just haven't. So I guess the moral of the story is buyer beware. It's not, to be assumed that these companies are just out there to pay home sellers fair market value and make it easy and close in 5 days. And they're just doing it out of the goodness of their hearts, right? One, they're still operating a business. Two, they're still charging fees. And there's a reason why Zillow, out. What was that one called? Purple Bricks, out. Opendoor, slapped with fines, but they're not slowing down. They literally just launched something. And I just read this article that was came out early August, where they unveiled this exclusives program where they're trying to do something where buyers can come directly to their site, and they're like merging Zillow and Amazon, right? Like an Opendoor offers this Opendoor exclusive where the first 14 days before we list it on the open market, you're going to have access to it. You're going to be able to, I don't know if you bid on it or how you do it, but it's going to be interesting. In my market in Sacramento, California, Opendoor purchased a whole bunch of properties, and you can look at these active listings offered by Opendoor where it's listed for $545 and you see public record that sold for $538 4 weeks ago. If they've got to negotiate this price at all, they're going to break even at best. And you wonder why. Referring back to what I said earlier in the video, if they've got other pieces of the transaction where other profit centers, that's how they can do that and still make a profit. So beware. If you want to be connected with a great agent in your area, over the next few days, my page on Home and Money is going to be set up. homeandmoney.com/Matt. They're going to connect you with a great real estate agent, whether you're in Alabama or Tennessee or Florida or wherever you are in the U.S. Vetted them really thoroughly, made sure that with my reputation on the line and referring people to this, they're going to do right by people. So know when you go to homeandmoney.com/Matt and they connect you with an agent, they're going to follow up. You're going to be in good hands. You're going to have an agent who's your advocate and out there making sure you get the very best deal on the buy side, or you sell for the highest value on the list side. So hopefully this was helpful. Interesting to watch. I'm going to continue to watch this. The interesting thing about Opendoor and some of these companies, they're like, oh, making it easy during a really competitive market. Hey, newsflash, guys, like the market's not hyper competitive anymore. Most markets in the US, things are starting to sit. You're able to negotiate a little bit. Like we don't have to use these gimmicky products to get an offer accepted, or like, oh my gosh, don't go against 42 different people bidding on the house. Go to Opendoor exclusives. Not really a problem anymore. Just like I think all these lenders that rolled out cash offers where they buy the house cash and then you work out something with them, like don't really need that anymore. We can just offer a finance deal and a 19-day close and we're all good. So anyhow, that's that. Again, happy to help if you're looking to get pre-approved, you're looking to do something. We're licensed in 48 states. Greatmortgagebroker.com. Fill out the form. And like I mentioned, if you're looking for a real estate agent, homeandmoney.com/Matt. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this is helpful. And until next time, we gonna see.